All right, well, let's call this meeting to order. We already did the invocation and salute to the flag for the last meeting, so we will skip right to visitor section. Mr. Oliver, you need anything else you needed to say? No? Okay. Answered your question. Okay. Tammy Bates.
Yes, I just want to ask questions about solicitation of solar panels. That's happening again. And my husband doesn't ask questions. And the guy sat 5 minutes in the back of my house last night,
Where do you live?
Lancaster.
So he's driving up your driveway?
Yep.
I assume.
Yep.
Is it someone that isn't on the list is what you're asking? Or I don't know, what is your,
Where's the list?
we posted on our social media page, we posted on the township page. You're allowed to
Not
call
on
here and
yours,
ask, you can question them, you have a permit. If you don't have a
And like
permit,
I said, my husband's not going to ask questions.
so what, how does that,
It-
were you there?
Do you have stickers? Yes.
Well,
Did
they,
you ask
husband's
him?
gonna protect
I'm just asking, did you say you have a permit, sir, to solicit?
I was inside the house. My husband went out to meet.
Well, again, that's what you guys should do. You have a right to ask, do you have a permit? If not, call us.
I'll make my own stickers.
We'll come in, we don't have stickers, that's what you're asking.
I'll make sure it's on my whole window.
Yeah, if you have somebody at your house you don't want there, please call. That's what we're here for. We'll go ahead and we'll cite them for violating that ordinance. We've done it already multiple times. But we don't know if someone doesn't call us. Right. I mean, people who do it properly come here first, fill out the application, we run their background check to make sure they're vetted and everything, then we give them a copy of the permit, they take with them, I give them a copy of the rules, the things that they are allowed to do, the times and everything, and they're supposed to abide by that stuff, so.
do you have a long driveway or is it pretty close to the house?
No, it's a long driveway. My house sits 100 foot off the road.
So if she posts at the end of her driveway, no soliciting, is that legal? How do we?
I mean, you can, we don't have anything in our ordinance.
No, but if we have no trespassing and they come,
They
I
do
mean,
sell
it-
no trespassing,
Right,
no
correct,
soliciting
yeah.
signs that you can push in
Yeah.
your driveway.
You posted at the end
that
of
would
your
be my
driveway.
recommendation at this point in time.
So, yeah, if you post no trespassing or no solicitation.
Sure, on your own
they're-
property,
they're not-
absolutely.
I mean, I have an 800-foot long driveway, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of visitors.
And that becomes criminal trespass as
Correct.
opposed to just trespass.
And once you tell them to leave, if they don't, then that's gonna be a defiant trespass section again.
That's
So
even
they come out
worse.
and they get arrested.
All right.
Is that it, ma'am?
Yep, thank you.
Brian?
I'll stand over here so that's just not a voice on the camera. My name's Brian McConnell. I live at 141 Farm Street. I rise in opposition to the December 3rd, 2025 recommendation of the Franklin Township Planning Commission to approve the sewage facilities planning module for the here Emerald Valley property. This is the same planning module that was considered at the Planning Commission's and Board of Supervisors November meetings. It was found to be deficient and incomplete. Furthermore, the engineer's report for the plan has multiple points of deficiencies, yet the applicants have not addressed to date. These deficiencies and incomplete applications require significant revisions, proper public notification and revisions in order to comply with the statutory and regulatory regulations of multiple agencies and approval authorities, including Franklin Township. Approval of these plans could result in serious adverse impacts and consequences to Franklin Township and its residents. Thank you.
Thank you.
James Wright.
Yes, I have concerns on this, for the agenda tonight, and this is directed to you, Mr. Baker.
Okay.
Why are we advertising a job for this assistant secretary when the position is already filled by someone who has showed up to work every day, does their job.
Is that it? So I think Addie does a great job. Shannon has nothing but praise and admiration for her. So does everybody else in the township. I am not saying she doesn't do a good job. I'm not saying there's somebody else out there that is going to put in an application to replace her. Addie came in for a school project to work as a volunteer to get her hours, correct?
That's how it started, yes.
And then Shannon wanted to hire her on as an assistant. I'm the one who made that motion, if you remember correctly.
I have the minutes.
So I made that motion. Your father had to abstain because it was his granddaughter. And we hired Addie. I got a lot of pushback from a lot of residents as to why we did not open that up to all of the residents. And again, I'm not saying that's how it happened, but the perception is that Scotty's granddaughter was handpicked for that position.
But she's the only one who has ever taken the initiative to ask about.
All we're
volunteer work.
doing is advertising it. That is all we're doing, is advertising the position out there to see if anybody within the township wants to apply for it.
But you already have someone in the position.
We do, but it is an appointed position every year.
No, does not say that in your minutes.
Is it an appointed position every year?
I mean, it's not a contractual position. The only position that is an appointed position would be my position, for example, Shannon's position. And that would be something that I would recommend that the township supervisors address every year during the reorganizational meeting.
So we do, during our reorganizational meeting, rename everybody, including Steve as the fire chief. I don't have a problem with Addie and the job she does. And Addie, I hope that you understand. Again, Shannon has nothing but the best to say for you. I'm just giving other residents an opportunity to apply. That is it. And the supervisors will look over the resumes and make a decision. And I'm not saying it's gonna change. Again,
that is
getting
not how it's
input
been.
from, and I told Shannon the same thing. We're gonna, I'm sorry you feel that way. I really am.
Well, that's how I feel because it looks like you're trying to get rid of a girl that does her job.
I'm not
very
trying to
hard.
get rid of a girl that's doing good for her job. I'm not.
Because in any other
We-
thing you do,
We,
that doesn't happen.
I know, we owe this I feel that we owe this responsibility to the residents of the township to at least advertise it. It's only getting advertised on social media and our township website. We're not going on any place else. And Addie's job was supposed to be just 1 year temporary. And then because Shannon has needed extra help, she asked for it to be longer.
Yes,
And
in the
because-
minutes, it did not say it was a temporary position. It was not put to her as it was a temporary position.
Yeah, I don't believe that in my memory, it was not hired. I mean, we did not hire her I thought Addie was gonna go on to do something else for her career.
Well, she still has.
I understand
Longer,
that. And again, I think the world of the girl. I don't think that she is doing a bad job by any means. I just want to open it up to the rest of the residents to see if there's any interest. That doesn't mean that we're going to pick somebody else.
Well, it sure sounds like it.
Yeah, and I wish
And
you
with
weren't
some
thinking
of
that.
the other things
Mhm.
you've been, I've watched the meetings wanting volunteers to try to get rid of her position. It makes it sound like you're really trying to get rid of her.
No, we actually had volunteers offer prior to us hiring Addie, and I don't think the public realizes that. We had Heather offer to come in here and help Shannon as a volunteer prior to Addie coming in here and working. So I'm trying to explain to our residents why we're paying somebody when we have volunteers who are willing to come in here and work.
Well, the volunteer thing makes too much stress on Shannon. She has to teach everybody something new every day. Because they won't be here all the time.
So again, I'm sorry you feel that way. I think your daughter does a wonderful job. I've known Addie for a long time, but I'm listening to the residents and we're just advertising it.
Well, like I said, that's how it makes everyone feel.
Yeah, and
She's
I don't,
been very
I don't,
stressed over this because
I-
it has not been.
yeah, I don't mean to
Put her
cause
anywhere.
any stress to it. I don't. I just asked Shannon to add it to the agenda yesterday.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know it was just yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mike Spiker.
Mike Spiker down on North Camp. Just curious if the township has any ordinances on anything for the airport. As soon as you crest a hill there at Red Barn Theater, all you see is a white spotlight blinking forever. Huge distraction. I don't know why they're on 24/7. I don't know if we have a associate with the township affiliated with the airport to see what's going on. You know, when I'm trying to drive to work at 4 in the morning to go plow snow, that's all I see. My next thing is, same with the airport, is there an ordinance for noise for these stupid big jets that fly up through the valley at 6 o'clock in the morning on a weekend? I mean, they shut us down when? Early 2000s, Steve, for the flashlight drags because of noise?
Yeah.
So, what's the difference between a couple cars or these big ass jets? You know, they're flying right up through the valley between me and Scotty. It's annoying. At 6 o'clock in the morning on a weekend, is there something that the township can do to kind of regulate that?
Midnight, 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Is there anything we
All
can do
hours
for
of
the
the night,
noise?
they're
Okay.
That's gonna be under federal.
defrosting and landing or taking off.
That's going to be a Fed thing because the Feds regulate the airports. PennDOT actually has a whole division for airports. Too.
I didn't see anything in ordinances.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
asking if
I,
there's
Mr.
anything.
Spiker, I don't, there isn't, and I think frankly, we're preempted by federal law, quite honestly, because I mean, that's the reason why they changed the road was
Because the airport.
Yeah,
because of the
and
airport.
clear cut all
Dams
those
wasn't
hillsides.
bad for
Yeah.
Hurricane.
Correct,
They wanted to make the runway long.
correct.
That's
Yeah.
all there is to it.
Well, that and then they clear cut all those hillsides.
Exactly. So they could land.
Well, that
For-
was
for
that was
views.
through the FAA and PennDOT's arm of
Okay.
airports. But yeah,
But I can just, I mean, I'm almost 100% sure that's the case, but I can confirm. I just am not aware of any ordinance we have in place that would address
It-
that.
The
Like-
light's a bigger thing.
well, so that they shouldn't be on all the time. Those are supposed to be activated by.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they've been on.
It is
a
bright.
lot.
I've noticed it.
Yeah, they're supposed to be activated by controls from the plane. So I don't know.
Yeah, they've been
I mean, we can find out why they're leaving them on around the clock, but
Yeah,
It's
You know, that
on
could be-
around the clock because I can see it from my house blinking.
that could be a letter from me or
Yeah.
by just the township.
Mhm.
I would just say
Shannon can do a
to
letter
find out
like
if there's
that,
a
just-
reason why they're leaving the lights on.
It's right down to it. It's right in your eye. I mean,
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what-
I know. I come up that way. And
I know
that
you do.
the end of the light. Yeah, the end of the runway. Yeah, especially since they took the hillside down.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
You're gonna send a letter or the township's
No,
gonna send a
you,
letter?
you tell me if you want Shannon to send a letter or if you want me to send a letter.
Probably best if you send a
Okay,
letter.
then I'll send a letter.
All right. I will accept a motion to approve the minutes from the previous three meetings. The supervisors meeting from November 13th of 2025, the budget meeting of December 1st of 2025, and our special workshop meeting of December 1st, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the December 1st, both work sessions and the November 13th monthly meeting minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of all three meetings. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, our correspondence. So did they give us a date? Are they planning, is this just going out for bid or are they planning to do this project?
These are just yeah, they're planning to do the project. This is just the start of them.
It's still like June, July this year or
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the permit permit applications for Connequenessing Bridge replacement. From my understanding, it's supposed to be like a 45-day job. They're going to build the bridge, roll it in place, and set it down. So,
Well, this is for the
for the fixing the approaches.
Well,
That was supposed to be this year.
this is a distribution line across the
yeah,
Connequenessing
so
Creek.
their Penn Power and Columbia Gas
Yeah.
have to change their.
Yeah, so all the utilities will have to move everything, but then the bridge is supposed to be done this year. So this will be part of that because the pipes that go under the bridge to connect the two townships. But yeah, so that's just all the paperwork will start flying for that bridge replacement project. We had an email requesting Information on fallout shelters in the township. At one time, I know Elwood was a fallout shelter, and
Yeah, Elwood had one, the AT&T building used to be one.
no, it was private though. That was, you weren't getting in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really know that we have.
It just said it was discontinued in the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, once the civil defense went out, it pretty much kind of fell by the wayside. So, yeah, I don't have that information. Yeah, this is just continued more notifications on moving things for the bridge replacement. Another correspondence from Fish and Boat to extend our first right of refusal or ability to purchase Hereford Manor until May of 2026 to try to continue to find money to purchase that property. We had planning commission review of the Koloski subdivision on Thomas Hill Road. I didn't see anything.
I think it just came in late because
Yeah, it
of the
did.
change.
They wanted to see it because there was a line revision,
Yeah,
so.
but everything was okay. And then we had been attempting to get some funding for issues on McKim Way for houses that to raise them, to keep them down there, and we didn't get approved for the funding. So we have the unofficial minutes from the planning committee meeting. We have the minutes from the municipal authority meeting from October 15th. Okay, engineers report.
Okay, I guess we talk about Emerald Valley.
Yeah, if you want to, that'd be
Yes,
great.
we conducted 3 separate reviews on that project, phase 1. There's the stormwater review and subdivision and land development ordinance. We reviewed it for the stormwater and subdivision and land development ordinance. December 2nd, we submitted our 3rd set of comments to the developer. I guess the planning commission meeting was the next night, so they emailed me comments. I couldn't attend the planning commission yet. They emailed me comments, responses to some of the comments I had on this 3rd review letter. And they satisfactorily, said how they were going to address the comments. They didn't actually address them, but they indicated to me that they would be complying with what I asked them to do. So at that point, I just said that if they want to approve it contingent upon them addressing those comments, they can go ahead and do that planning commission meeting. Up to date, I haven't received any of the responses yet, but I'm assuming they're coming.
But you had in there that you don't recommend
Right.
approval of the planned
Right.
residential development or approval of the PCSM report approval until all items have been addressed.
Right. And the next day, I got an email
Mm-hmm.
saying, we're going to address this comment this way, this comment that way, but we're going to comply.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess at that point, the township has a choice. They could say, I'm not going to approve it till that they're all complied with, or I see that you're close and you have committed to doing what they're asking me to do. We could approve the approval plan contingent upon receipt of these addressed comments. So that would be a choice that the township would have to make.
In your notes, the developer says he believes that all the permits are third-party permits and approval from the township could be given contingent on these third-party permits being obtained. I don't understand why we've had to go through 3 rounds of reviews from you. And again,
Is that
Is Emerald-
unusual though? No.
is Emerald Valley paying for every review?
Yeah, they
Okay.
pay for it all.
Yeah, no, it's a big development, so I wouldn't say 3 reviews. I mean, the last one there were not like there was 70 comments, there were some comments, but, you know, there are other permits that they still have to get. They don't have the MPDES, the HOP, the sewage, I haven't seen anything on the sewage. So there are other things outstanding.
It
in
seems the
addition to
stormwater.
In addition to the township.
But you had, I felt like your last page of all the stormwater comments were the biggest
Yeah.
concerns, and,
Right.
and flooding is
and
our
the-
biggest
right,
concern
and the
downstream.
MPDES that they had to get from DEP, both the two different districts, they review that as well. So, you know, we felt that they met all the township requirements, but there are requirements that DEP has that they have to address as well. So,
I think there was like 13 or more. And I don't understand why the application can't be complete before it even comes to us. And it just makes sense to me to have the application or near complete.
that would be your choice.
Yeah.
If I can just speak
Very
from
near.
a legal perspective, by conditionally approving, they would still have to comply with the requirements of our engineer and of the local ordinances. I mean, that's one option, is to conditionally approve. Nothing is signed off by the township until it's established that they have complied with the recommendations of our township engineer. The second option is to simply table this until all those other conditions are satisfied. It's simply, however, and you know, you three are the policy decision makers.
Well, conditionally approving it, what does that gain them?
Well, they don't have to come back here, so they just established to us that
Right.
that's basically the functional reason why.
So you're probably better sort of making them finish everything and then come in.
That's your decision. I mean, you know, I've represented a number of municipalities that conditionally approve. And Bill, you're a town. I mean, you represent a number of municipalities and larger cities.
Nothing's gonna be signed.
Yeah.
We have everything in place.
So it's whatever you three feel comfortable with from a policy decision. I'm not going to make a recommendation. You guys do what you want to do, but those are the two options you have. And I want to make sure that everybody here understands that all of our ordinances, whether you approve it tonight or you make them satisfy those conditions before there's an absolute approval, everything's going to be reviewed by our township engineer and complied with from our perspective.
They owe us, you know, they owe us some revised computations and some revised plan sheets as a part of the last review.
But you even have, it says that, and again, thank you for going through all this, because it is a lot.
Yeah.
But it says the FIS, it says the 100-year flood plan shall be delineated by one of the following methods. It says the FIS study by the federal, by FEMA, or a hydraulic report prepared by an individual registered in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It seems to me that there.
Or they could use assume 50, there's a 50-foot rule, they go 50 foot on each side of the center of the stream, and that's considered the 100-year floodplain. So it could be hidden. If they stay 50 feet away from the stream, then they're abiding by that 100-year floodplain.
I just would like to see a complete plan. I know we've had this over and over again.
Excuse me.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
David Lucci. I'm from Victor Wetzel Associates, and I'm here on behalf of Emerald Valley. So I didn't know when to speak, and you guys just started with this this plan here. But we are working on the plans. We've working with DEP, the county, trying to get the HOP, trying to get permits, and they are third-party permits, and they take at least, they're taking 6 months or longer. This is a big project, and I do have plans. I don't know if I should bring them out or anything, but we're only you have the plans there as well. But we're only asking for the access onto off of 288 for our phase 1 plan here, and that is the property that is in Franklin Township, as well as trying to subdivide into a couple parcels. But we did get Frank's comment letter. I believe the planning commission did recommend us contingent upon Frank's December 2nd letter. We're asking for that same thing. We're going to have to get the permits, but we're just asking for approval conditioned upon Mr. Taylor's review letter of December
Is
2nd.
there a reason why you need that approval prior to all the other stuff being done?
Well, it's always good to have something in front for maybe banks, for loans. It's always good. And then we can't break ground until we get all the permits, and you understand that. And we don't have to come back in front of the supervisors as well. We'll be asking for those permits, and we'll be definitely submitting the permits to you and to the township.
Only, I guess.
And if I can step up, I mean, because I want to make sure that everybody understands. If ultimately the project complies with both, because a lot of these, as are indicated, are third-party permits, meaning the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is involved. PennDOT.
And what about bonds? Like, because I'm not even sure, other than the roads.
Those will come, yeah, those will come, but those will come separate from the approval. But having said that, from my perspective, with all due respect, it's a matter of convenience for
him,
the developer, not to have to come back in.
Yeah.
And if the supervisors are not comfortable approving anything on a conditional basis, I have no problem with you not doing that. I just need to advise you that if all those conditions are met, then we don't have the discretion, not because there's no discretion. If they comply with our ordinances, they obtain all the third-party approvals, you're obligated to approve those. This isn't a zoning issue where you have discretion. But if you're not comfortable conditionally approved, I'm not going to recommend you conditionally approve.
I'm not comfortable conditionally approving.
I want you to be comfortable with the decisions you make, with all due respect to you.
And again, you can get all your permits, you can do everything, and you can come back and present everything. Everything will be done, and there won't be this worry, or like we won't be like wondering and have this big checklist. And I just think about what happened down here at Tractor Supply with the flooding at Clearwater. There were not things in place to protect the residents, and flooding in that area. You're talking how many homes? 269?
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing
in phase one.
They're all in Jackson. They're not in Franklin.
I know, but all the stormwater is coming. All the stormwater is coming to Franklin. Yeah.
Some of it. It's not all the detention facilities are going into.
Right.
Yeah.
If I may, it seems to me, and I've done big projects in a former life, getting your state permits and so forth could have the potential to change your local permitting response as well. If you get a requirement to enlarge a set pond or a stormwater detention pond, or and I just saw a notice that DEP is planning on changing the ESCPG 4 permitting. They're going to come out with an ESCGP 5, which is your stormwater management and your earth disturbance permits. They're planning on revising those as we speak. So within the next year, you're going to see a new stormwater management plan come out of DEP, which has the potential to impact the permits, the plans that you have right now. So if I were the project manager in your position, what I would do is try to secure my state permits and my bigger permits so that I wouldn't have to come back to the township and revise plans that I'd already put in place.
And I think one of the things is, if there's a problem like we have here locally with our municipal authority checking on a leaking sewer pipe. Like, we don't even have all that worked out yet. We don't even have permission from.
This will go this doesn't go that way.
But they're still wanting approval.
For,
The plan says still approval from our municipal authority too.
to go to Butler.
This says that they want approval from our municipal authority, somewhere in
On
here.
all the new construction.
Yeah.
As
So
our-
even though it's out there, they still want, it's,
Yeah, I'm not sure, because we look at the sewage thing,
Yeah.
and we have the municipal authority, I'm not sure.
They have their
how
engineer
that's-
that,
They have their own engineer.
that would look at
correct,
this.
yeah.
And then I think there was a question, didn't you have a question on the curve piping? Is that, okay.
And they said they would have manufacturers,
But wasn't that pretty concerning for you? I was at that I was at the planning meeting and I could tell.
I've seen it placed on.
Okay.
And I was gonna say something similar to, you know, we have these plans and we approve them contingent upon, and say you give us these responses, and so we have a set of plans that is approved by the township. But you're going through reviews with DEP and the HOP, and that may cause those plans to change. Then you have to send those, you know, you have to make sure you copy us, so we have the most current sets of drawings. So that's one drawback of approving it ahead of time, because things can change, especially on a huge project like this.
Right.
And the
And
fire
I've seen it,
department.
I've seen it done, I've seen large projects conditionally approved. I've seen large projects not conditionally approved. I just want you to feel comfortable to make the decision, because you three are the elected officials to make that decision.
Okay. Anything else, sir? Okay. Thank you. All right, solicitors report.
I have nothing other than, how do you guys want me to handle the airport authority? Again, I don't think we have much leverage as far as negotiating a larger payment in lieu of taxes. I mean, we talked about that briefly last month. You know, I did some legal research. The county's certainly not interested in pursuing this. So my recommendation would be to allow me, and perhaps I can do it concurrent with reaching out to them regarding what Mr. Spiker raised, saying, get your payment for 2000, because we haven't received the payment. Shannon, correct me if I'm wrong.
I usually send an invoice, but I wasn't sure
For
what to do.
2025.
Yeah.
Well, correct, and I'm glad you did.
And so where are we at with that? It was 1,500 or?
Approximately 15. I forget the exact dollar amount. I
Okay.
think there was correspondence from counsel for the authority,
Okay.
Attorney Restari, as to what I believe they approved that at one of their regular meetings. So that is my recommendation. I know it's unfortunate. I know it's not what you want to hear, but we have very little by way of capital to negotiate a larger payment, other than saying we're unhappy.
Okay.
In which case we may not
We are
receive anything.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, we can go from where
Which
we are
is
to zero.
unfortunate.
It's double.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they increased it by essentially
50%. Yeah.
50% of what they were paying previously.
Okay.
And perhaps that's a letter we send them every year, is considering an increase, as opposed to, I think this was negotiated over 10 years ago, if I recall.
Can I make a recommendation? Somebody had told me we should go to the people that are renting the facilities. We should go to them instead of the airport authority.
Well, we can go to both. That's
Yeah.
absolutely an option.
That was the recommendation that came to me.
Where I know I think I had read before, like parking permits or passes, you know, that maybe the township could benefit from. It's not gonna hurt the airport, you know, but I think we need to look into another way to get some funds
Well,
from there.
Well, in the meantime, I think you really need to accept what the airport authority's offering us, and at least get the $1,500 in your pocket.
From the authority.
Yeah.
And certainly the people that are commercially
Yeah.
profiting from
Right.
renting those portions of the terminal.
So we don't have a motion for this. Is there?
Oh, it's not on the,
No.
I mean, I can reach out and just say,
Yeah.
write the check.
Yeah.
So, and then I can look into those other things, because, you know, we don't want to defer it to next year, because then you're losing money.
Yeah, I think, I'm glad we
Well, I think it's a good idea.
pursued this for
Yeah.
1,500.
Part of their operation, because we went out there and did a training out there to see what was in those hangars and the airplanes. A lot of those planes are just hangared there, and then they go out to pick up their flights. So there's not a ton of people coming in and out of there or flying actually out of that airport, although they do have that reception area and basically their little. But what they told me is they hangar those planes there and do the maintenance there, but they're picking up flights other places. So there's not a ton of people coming there. It's other than employees and pilots and whatnot. So, okay.
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Wait, the letter for Ferndale, was that center?
No, because
Okay.
I mean, and that's my recommendation at this point in time is if they don't send it, you just have me send it, and we can decide if we have to file whether
Okay.
it's the municipal authority or not, just to get that done.
Okay.
Dana.
All right.
And I'll confirm with council because I sent that. When did you and I chat? Roughly 2.5 weeks ago. So let me follow up, and if not, then I have a standard letter because I've done it with other municipalities that I get out the violation with the discharge directly onto the surface. So
Okay.
and beyond those two things, that's it.
Okay. Zoning and building permits, commercial building permits, none. Residential, roof mounted solar, Harmony Fisher Avenue, Lake Road, and Lesnet Road. And then in addition to a detached garage on Echo Street, and a zoning permit in Frisco for a fence. COG, I have no report because there was no meeting. Chamber, there's no report. Fire department, we're still in the process of switching over our software. I know we're at 278 calls for the year. Been running a lot of medical calls this year. We're finishing up our switch over to our new software, so we'll have that ready to go. The one thing that we did was out of our fund that is through the tax money here at the township, we chose to, Perry Township was selling a 2001 Peterbilt tanker. We're currently running a 1989 GMC Top Kick tanker. This truck gets us an extra 12 years. It's a little bit of a safer truck in today's environment to run. It has a little bit more power. And this will probably be, I can't honestly sit here and tell you the last tanker that we'll ever buy with the municipal water that we have, but it'll be pretty close. We felt that this was a pretty good purchase from a place that we knew, the guys from Perry Township. So they sold it to us for $32,000, which money will come out of the fire protection account, and that'll allow us to upgrade the truck. So
I would make a motion to purchase the tanker from Wurtemberg Perry Fire Department for $32,000 that comes from the fire protection tax account.
Second.
we have a motion and a second to authorize the purchase of the tanker from Perry Township for $32,000. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. The EMS Alliance report, it's still something that I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting dilemma that we face. So I'm not exactly, I don't know that I have a recommendation on a course of action right now because the Butler County municipalities are going to offer $500,000, which is not a lot of money. I found out that even $500,000 in Zanopa was going to be like 14,000 or 20. Yeah. And then Jackson wasn't a whole lot more.
40.
Yeah. So we can't give them $500,000 because that's a lot of money. So I don't know if we want to continue and reach out to Harmony based on the numbers. And I haven't been able to accurately get the numbers from the 911 center because their CAD has been in disarray. And as we're trying to finish a project down in the county. But I can get the numbers for the ambulance responses from all three agencies because no matter what we do, if we decide to do this, we have to include all three agencies that are actively here. So I don't really have, I can't see, it would have to be like a quarter point of a tax to put it on to give them annually, or we figure out a.
But nobody, I think I asked if any other townships were doing that last time. I'm trying to remember.
In Beaver County?
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, one. Like I said,
You
Potter
said,
Township.
yeah, okay, that's right.
They basically did a subscription for all of their residents, and that's a different animal. But nobody else has broached that subject. Now it's coming. All the ambulance services are starting to figure out that we need a little bit. We don't need to 100% fund the ambulances, but we're going to have to put some money in because ambulances we're linked to reimbursement from insurance companies, and that doesn't go up as fast as our costs. So insurance company reimbursement stays here, and cost of doing business goes this way. So that's why you're starting to hear from. If you hear it in the news, you'll see it in the news. Everybody's out there and they're concerned because we're funding fire, we're funding police. EMS is one of our responsibilities, but we're not funding it because it's been self-funded for years. The crossroads has been crossed. So you're going to hear more. You're going to hear more and more of this. So it's going to be something that's going to have to be addressed at some point. What our contribution to this will be, I will give you a recommendation on the call volume, and then you can figure out, what looks good going forward. But I mean, they're running. We've run probably 150 or 60 EMS calls, but that's with all the disciplines. So with Harmony, we're probably doing 40 or 50 out this way. So yeah, it's going to be. I'll provide you some information, but I don't know how you're going to want to go with this one.
What happens if you don't?
Nothing. They're going to still have to come, and they didn't mail. What they're looking for is to maintain that ability to come, right? Because right now ambulance services are all we have is fee for service, and they used to mail out a subscription drive, and I don't know that they did that this year. And that's the only other revenue source that ambulance services have right now.
I got one.
Okay, well that's all they have, right? So they're looking to get something more sustainable because this year it might be 200 people join, next year it's 100, and if you try to budget on 200 and only 100 give you money on the subscription drive, now you're losing this chunk of money. So they're looking for a more sustainable, steady source of income so we can budget going forward. That's the push right now from the ambulance services. But as it stands now, the ambulances are still coming.
We're talking about this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem. I mean, and it's raising its ugly head faster than it ever has. But yeah, so it's a definite concern. The ambulances are still coming. They're not gonna not come, but there's that day that they're looking to potentially be a problem with funding. And again, like I said, the subscription drives they're not guaranteed because everybody could decide they're not joining this month or this year. And then, they're looking for a more sustainable, okay, we know we're going to get $2,000 from Franklin Township every year. Lancaster, Harmony, Zilly, Jackson, that's what they're trying to figure out. But we're a small chunk of that because they're only doing a little piece of our township. And Marion, they do all of Marion and they do this corner of our township down to the Tower Roads. And then, so we'll have to see what that entails. EMA, we didn't have anything. Luckily, we're pretty good. Police report.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Compiled the stats and the UCR report from November. A copy of both of them up here for those who want to review the UCR reports. Statistics, we had 153 calls for the month of November. We patrolled 5,096 miles. I have nothing really other than academy class graduates tomorrow from Allegheny County. We have 2 prospective part-time officers that are probably going to come out and start riding around with us. That would bring us up to a total of 13 officers, which 4 full-time and the rest part-time, which will help us out for vacations and call-offs to avoid any overtime. The only other thing was, unfortunately, the other night, one of our officers hit a deer. Minimal damage, thank goodness. They hit the push bar, which saved the car. Little plastic piece below them. Front headlights. I took it down to get an estimate, so we'll wait to get that back. Hopefully, it's not that much. Cracked the bumper cover, which is probably going to be the most expensive part. But other than that, just business as usual.
All right.
Thank you.
Road report.
Repaired sunken area off Lancaster Road, patchwork completed. Cleaned and replaced culvert pipe drainage works on Morningstar Drive, Dutch Road and Church Road. Mowed and brushed cut along township roads for visibility and safety. Sign maintenance, sign maintenance, straighten posts, remove brush, and replaced damaged signs. Assisted police department with equipment and vehicle transport. Winter prepared salt spreader salt spreader, set up. Salt mixture, bridge treated during weather events, equipment serviced and repaired, oil filter on mini excavator changed, fixed, general greasing, fixture cleanup, facility cleanup and maintenance, including furnace repair and fire bay, removed fallen trees from Jackson Way, deer picked up, leaves collection on Pine Hill, final equipment set up for upcoming snow events.
Was that your deer, chief, that somebody had hit?
I'm sorry.
Was that the deer that your guy had hit? It was picked up. Okay. Just curious.
All right. So we need a motion to advertise the Peterbilt dump truck, the grader, and the trailer that we're not using for sale.
Make a motion to advertise the Peterbilt grader and trailer for sale for bids opening at the February monthly meeting.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to advertise those three pieces of equipment for sale with for bid openings in February. All those in favor say aye.
Wait,
Aye.
wait, do we have minimums on any of them?
No.
That you would be the one that would decide
Okay.
it would be
Yeah.
close
Yeah.
to
Okay,
that.
that's
Not
just
a
making
bid you
sure.
don't have to accept
Okay.
it.
I'm in favor.
Okay.
Sorry.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right. The next is motion to purchase the JCB Hydro Dig from Stevenson Equipment for $328,790 on a CoStarz contract. Shannon has some information on where that funding will come from.
So the hydro dig is going to help replace the aging road grader with brake issues, and the replacement parts are very hard to find. It'll also perform ditching and pipe work, repair and maintain road shoulders, handle materials efficiently, cut brush and mow, remove fallen trees, sweep roads using a broom attachment. So we were planning to use the remaining 2025 liquid fuels funding money, next year's 20% allocation of $38,000, capital reserve money, and a 0.515 millage increase, which would be $58,000 to cover the expense for next year, for January to purchase it.
Thank you for explaining that. I'll make a motion to purchase the JCB Hydro Dig from Stevenson's Equipment for $328,790. CoStarz contract 4400281111.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second to purchase the JBC Hydro Dig at the CoStarz price of $328,790. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion on the rezoning of the parcel off of, it listed at 815 Harmony Fisher Avenue from commercial to medium density residential R2.
I'll make the motion to rezone parcel 61-006-0325-000 from commercial to medium density residential.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to rezone the listed parcel of 815 Harmony Fisher Avenue from commercial to medium density R2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You can probably collapse the next two on the into one motion.
Oh, okay. I think the prudent plan would be to table that
Yeah.
until they come back with everything.
I would make a motion to table the resolution for the sewage planning facilities plan revision for the land development for the Hurich Emerald Valley property, and I'd also make a motion to table the Emerald Valley plans, and that's phase number 1.
Second.
All right, I have a motion to table the planning for Emerald Valley Phase 1, both the sewage facility planning module and the motion on the Emerald Valley plan. All those motion in a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Right. I think it's a prudent idea that we make sure they have everything lined up. So
You could probably, again, collapse these two into one motion.
okay.
Oh, so I will make a motion to advertise the amendment to the property maintenance ordinance, and also make a motion to advertise the amendment to the junkyard ordinance.
Is the property maintenance ordinance an amendment, or is it a repeal and replacement?
It's an amendment.
Let me look at the wording here.
I mean, it's semantics, but I mean, we are
Mhm.
amending it. I mean, effectively, yeah, that's
We already approved it, right? And
Correct.
now we just amended it.
correct.
The discussion we had at the workshop.
No, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And we changed that language in the recitals to ensure that it wasn't the repeal and replace, because that's what we did initially. So
Yeah.
we're amending
The
property
replacement.
maintenance code, correct?
Is that what you're thinking of as the
Well,
repeal
that's-
and replace?
well,
Yeah,
Okay.
that, no, he's exactly right. Because
Yes.
if you recall, I think you were the one that actually raised, why do we have that
Oh.
language in the recital provision of that amendment? So this will be advertised. I'll make sure I'll get those advertised, because I mean, we're up against it since we're gonna have a regular meeting early this year. There's no public hearing, so it's gotta be advertised just so the public knows at least 7 days in advance. And both ordinances will be available on our website and here at the building for review.
Okay, so
I made the motion.
motion is made to advertise both of those ordinances.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to advertise the amendment to both the property maintenance and junkyard ordinance. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Motion to set your reorganization meeting.
Make a motion to set the time for the reorganizational meeting on January 5th at 5:45, with the January monthly meeting immediately following.
Second.
Threw me for a loop there.
Okay, you have a motion and a second to set the reorganization and monthly meeting for the 5th of January at 5:45. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion on the Pliget investment.
So the CDs are up on the 22nd, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And so if you could make a motion, whichever one's higher, the CD or the term, I'll know then. Right now, the CD is a higher rate, but if you could just make the motion to whichever is higher, that I could invest that on the 22nd or 23rd, the rest of
Okay.
it.
So those are CDs that are in
Pliget,
already. We're just going to reinvest.
just reinvest.
Okay.
So I would make a motion on the Pliget investment to approve Shannon to reinvest into whichever CD is higher,
Whichever one is higher,
Okay.
whichever investment is higher, the highest
whichever
rate.
investment. Okay. Thank you.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to permit the secretary to reinvest whichever one of the higher CD or investments that need to be reinvested in Pliget. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
So I would make a motion to advertise for the part-time administrative assistant on our website and social media page.
I'm not seeing a need for a change. I don't know that I can second that motion.
Okay. So the motion just dies?
Well, I mean, you know, that's creating a Robert Rules issue too,
Mhm.
as far as bringing it up again. So, I mean, I would, if there's no second, then the motion dies.
Okay.
Okay. Secretary's report.
We have a blood drive coming up. I'm not sure how busy it'll be because it's like, I think, the 30th of December. But and then we just finished up our Christmas Angel drive. We did get a lot of donations this year for the Riverside kids. It went over pretty well.
Good. All right. Nothing else? All right, I need a motion to pay the bills.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to pay the bills. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Executive session we do not need.
Mm-mm.
So anyone else have anything for the good of the order, sir?
I have a question. What exactly does it mean to advertise an amendment? Does the public still have a chance to comment on that, or, and the reason I asked, I was promised by the board to get copies of that before it
Oh,
was
yeah.
advertised, and I still haven't seen that.
Well,
We
we
just
just finally
finished
finished it December 1st, so.
Well, actually,
Okay.
today we just finished.
Fair enough.
Here, and if I have no
Oh, I
problem,
have-
I'll give him my copies.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're talking about the property maintenance code?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then does the public still have a chance to comment?
Oh,
after it's
absolutely,
advertised?
absolutely,
Okay,
yeah,
just
because
trying to clarify.
this is, that's why it's advertised, is to place the public on notice of their opportunity to
And
comment.
how do they comment then?
Well, at the time of the regular meeting, or if you have comments, you can, email comments to Shannon.
Okay.
I hate to put you on that, but
And again,
there you go.
we
Okay,
did
thank
approve,
you.
was it 2024?
Yeah, we adopted in 2020.
20, and
Right,
then
I understand, yes.
there was a
Yeah.
problem with we didn't have
Right, the ag stuff. And
the ag security area in there to be exempt, and that created a problem. And then we found some other things that might have
Nuisance
been.
language that we wanted removed.
But that's the latest, greatest, hot off
Okay.
the press.
Yeah, I thought when this was originally approved, I came to
Yeah.
the meeting, and not the planning meeting, but the township meeting, and wanted to comment on it, and I was told I couldn't. I was sort of shut down on that. I mean, I started out some
I recall
questions,
that.
and then basically I got the opinion,
No, well,
you
no.
can't be asking these questions at the township meeting. That was supposed to have been done earlier. And so I'm trying to clarify how that
No,
should
no.
happen.
No,
It
yeah,
definitely happened. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, 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 no.
yeah, I mean, I don't recall being shut down, but I think what we probably said was we are working on an amendment.
No,
to
no,
that
this was before the
ordinance.
amendment even came.
The
in.
original.
This was on the original passage
Yep.
of the ordinance.
Yep.
Well, that's why we went back and revisited everything. And
Yeah.
so
But
if you
I'm
have
told-
anything,
Don't talk about it at the meeting, so I want to make sure the same thing isn't gonna happen again, that if I bring comments, that's why I want to know how I can make comments if I need to make comments. I don't want to come to the next meeting to make comments and be told again, well, we already talked about this.
I would just suggest to either write down your comments and drop them off here to Shannon. She can
Okay.
scan it and send it to us, or email it, and then we all get it. And I don't want to, like, we did have people that made some very valid points on it, and we worked hard to make it right, because it's things that we basically overlooked. There was just a lot of information
And
for us
you've
to go
had
through.
work sessions where every month we tell people to come to the work sessions while we're working on this ordinance. I mean, this isn't something where I think the supervisors have been completely transparent and open to, as you said, public comment.
But some of it, again, it is still discretionary. It doesn't mean just because it's written in that ordinance, we're not going to be out there looking for reasons to go after people.
You're not, but in 10 years, somebody may.
They could.
Fair.
I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
argue
Yeah.
that, but I think that was the biggest thing. And one of the biggest complaints that we have in our township, other than the stormwater and the flooding, stormwater probably being the biggest, next is the maintenance of property. And that's one of the biggest complaints that we hear. And these aren't small things that we're hearing.
Yep. No, I
Yeah.
definitely understand. I know what properties you're talking about, and totally
Yeah.
understand. And another question real quick, I see the planning meeting is the Monday. Is that mean these meetings are all going to be changed to Monday, or is that decided at the planning meeting, or at the?
they have to meet the first Monday of January, right after the first.
Understand, thank you.
And so I think generally what most municipalities do is they schedule their regular meeting immediately after
Okay.
that, so as not to have two meetings. But I don't think there's any intention on changing our regular
Mhm.
meeting dates going forward. I mean, February will probably be on Wednesday or whatever you guys decide.
Yeah, it's a reorganizational
Yeah,
meeting
that's all.
that's
Yep, okay, thank you.
discussed, so.
Anyone else?
Take the opportunity to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a blessed New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
And-
for doing everything you guys, and everybody here participates as well.
Okay. And I just want to say one more thing, that we all have our cards with our phone numbers on it. Like, it is not unusual for, a resident to reach out to any one of us
Okay.
to talk about anything coming up. or that has been. So,
Okay, great, I wasn't aware of that, thank you.
yeah, we'll get you a card here. I can give you my card at the end of the meeting.
All right, anyone else?
When will the property maintenance be posted? The new revival?
I can post it tomorrow, and I have copies here too.
Yeah.
I have extra copies here.
What you need.
Property maintenance, I can give that to.
Shannon said she has some copies
Okay.
here.
All right, anyone else?
I just wanted to say I enjoyed working with you, Steve, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, he'll still be here at the beginning of January.
Correct,
so
but yeah,
it's fine.
I probably am not. So I have 4 municipalities meeting, so it's probably going to be
Give and take and forget about us.
There's probably a few, so and I'll have that discussion
Well,
to make
that's
sure
good.
somebody's here.
For you, right?
What's that?
It's usually confusing right in the beginning.
Yeah, the first month, I mean, North Swiftly, Elwood City Borough, Wayne Township, and you folks are all scheduled at the same time, so I'm trying to navigate that. So if there's an issue that you perceive, I can have either myself be here and have my partners handle one of those, or one of my partners here, so,
I think that will be okay.
yeah.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a
Make
motion
a
to
motion
adjourn.
to adjourn.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Turn off the camera.